Hey there guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Ultimate RTG, and this weekly run was positive. At one point, I found myself on 21-2. So you compare that to last week, and we just about clutched up and got gold 1, which was a little bit embarrassing on my part. So what has changed? What have we improved? And that's what I want to explain and break down in today's video, because I get asked like this question a lot. How do I break into the bracket of Elite 3? Let's say I'm a good gold 2 player, or I'm a high gold 1. What do I need to do to get the extra couple of wins? And that's what I want to help you boys with today. So if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button to not miss an upload, and if you can support today's video by leaving a like, that would be much appreciated. So as many of you know, we did go into the weekend league with our weird Frankenstein creation. I had Petit playing as a centre back, I had an off-chem left back playing in his natural position, and then Acuna was alongside Battaglia in that CDM role. And I noticed, like, from last week and the week before, what have I done different? Well, the custom tactics that I was originally using that got us gold 1 just about, I took them from a pro player, and I was using 5 width, 3 depth, 4 players inside the box. And it's something that I do believe could work if I put in some practice, but I've gone back to something that I know for sure what I need from my players. And it's a little bit more creativity in the attack, a lot more options. And with my play, I've always been like a little bit aggressive or reckless, but defensively I know what I want. And I think you guys as well need to ask yourself these questions. How do you defend? Where are you most vulnerable? Because I noticed that a lot of the play goes through the middle, and I don't like that so much. I'd rather keep myself nice and compact. So the custom tactics that I was using this weekend, 4 width and 4 depth. And some people disagree, and they say it's a bad idea because you're going to be open on the wings. But as long as you're player switching and you're supporting the play down the line, you shouldn't have that many problems. So you keep yourself nice and compact in the middle, and it really has just shown me the difference. Like I was using a completely different side, which was good, by the way, but look at the results. We finished on 24 wins, and it should have been like 25 minimum, but 26 would have been fair, and then 27 if I didn't choke a few games would have been just an outstanding weekend league run. But that was down to me. Like in a few of those games I had the opportunity to wrap it up, and I was choking a couple of chances. I had a penalty in the 80th minute, something like that, and I unfortunately missed, and then I went on to lose the penalty shootout. So it's small margins, and it's stuff that we can improve, and that's why it's given me a little bit more motivation and belief that we can eventually push into the Elite 1 rank. So my question to you boys is, how do you defend? How would you like to build up play? And what do you want from your team? If you're someone that is maybe really good with creating space, holding possession, you've got to fine tune your tactics so you can play better and it can get the most out of your squad as well as yourself and the playability. Because this is where a lot of people go wrong. They ask me all the time, like, yo Fuji, what's your custom tactics? What's this, what's that? If you're a possession player and you go and use my custom tactics, it's not going to work. Because what I am telling my team to do is be a little bit more positive, reckless, and I am looking to have some enjoyment from the game. And that's exactly what happened this weekend. Friday, Saturday, even on Sunday. A little trick though that I did before playing some games, I had researched about lowering my latency. I don't know if this really made much of a difference, but Sunday gameplay was pretty decent. I turned the settings from I think it's using full power on the Xbox to energy saving. Like it was originally on some like weird setting. I put it on energy saving, and I also cleared the MAC address. So everything was refreshed. I restarted my Xbox, and well, touch wood, it was pretty decent. Like it was very much playable, apart from the odd couple of games that felt a little bit slower, but it wasn't anywhere near as bad as it was last Sunday. So that really did help me as well push into, I'd say, well, give me a little bit more consistency with the game. And Petit, in all fairness, on Sunday he did play very well in that centre back position. So now I'm in two minds. Do I want to go and spend on Desai, who is like, well, 750 800,000 coins, with the market dropping right now when I have an untradeable Petit? Like I really want to try him though, but then like I was mentioning in the last episode, if I do that, then I have to get rid of Mbappe and I have to find someone to replace him. And with the way the team played in the attack, it was outstanding. And one person that I've got to speak about, which is the Doc. 87 rated Brazilian icon. a wonderful card that has just shocked me. And I would never have even bothered purchasing him off the market. Wouldn't even have begun to think about using a player like him in a cam position, yet he just works so well. And I think one stat that is allowing him to be as good as he is composure. When he's inside the box and I am rifling those shots with his left, right, whatever, I have that true confidence in this guy to change the game. Mertens has a good finish. Mbappe has a decent finish. They all do. But Socrates, he has that go-to shot. And if you're someone that can get use out of it and you don't require like unlimited, like ultimate control over the ball, which I really do, but I've like adapted to his strengths, and because he is that good and he's providing consistency, I don't mind using him. So he stays for next week 100% in my cam position, and that's something else that has improved my play. Instead of bringing wingers into the cam roles, unless you've got millions and millions of coins and you're bringing, let's say, I don't know, a George Best or a Eusebio. Where's Eusebio playing? I think he's central card anyway. You know what I mean? Like taking those wingers on this game that are very expensive with good playmaking stats and playing them as a middle cam, that's fair enough. And that's something that I've always gone by. But with the likes of like a regular Dembele and these types of players, or a Lucas that I was originally using, that's not a good idea. Now I've got an actual cam, I'm noticing a little bit more on the playmaking and I'm creating a lot more chances. And the way he drifts into the play is really, really nice. But the market is crashing, and I think this has something to do with Footmus coming around and also the Prime Icon release. Team of the Group Stage Mertens we purchased for 495, something like that, and he's about 400,000, which is a big hit really for us on the RTG. And with the way he played, he has finished, well, I'll go and show you after the clips, he's finished on something like 18 games, 19 goals. So he is performing, and it's no different to what Ben Yedder has done for me in the past. So Mertens on like 8 chemistry, he was really, really fun to use. And then Acuna and Battaglia in my CDM positions, they are so annoying because I have to use them now. But for chemistry reasons, I'm thinking of maybe playing Acuna as like a left winger and going and purchasing maybe a regular version of Mbappe in a striker role, and then that allows me to get my left back on full chem. I don't feel like it really made much of a difference though. Like Mendy was still performing and yeah, just turning up, and everyone else was just playing really, really well. So all in all, boys, we had a very positive run, and I've just given myself a little bit more belief to push into the higher ranks. And with the custom tactics changes, that's definitely something that you guys need to fine-tune for yourself. And it might take a while. If you're now back to basics and you really don't know where to start, just one at a time, you know, just try and figure out, like, go and play 4 or 5 games with a set of custom tactics. If you're feeling good, I know that the game is like ever changing and it's different from day to day, but you've got to do your best to figure out what's working, because when you get into the weekend league, you need to be prepared. And that's why it shows me from using someone else's tactics, just about scraping gold 1, going back to something that I'm comfortable with, which maybe wouldn't work for anyone else. It's got me back to 24 wins in the weekend league, and we could have quite easily finished on 25 if I didn't choke a few of those games. So a big push, a big run, and we're back to our best. Let's go back to the team. So I do have an SVC to go and redeem in just a second, and it's under the advanced section, so I'm pretty sure we're getting a mega pack, and with the team of the group stages still available, you just never know, we might pull one. But before we do that, I want to break down some of these star players, and I've really got to say the best player, because I was not expecting him to play this well in game, Acuna. He deserves it. At times, he was really performing like an Argentinian Kante. You look at the style of defending, and what I require in the midfield is pace, to be able to recover, put on pressure, and on FIFA 20 it is very difficult to do that. And a good tactic and trick is to switch to pressure on heavy touch if you're wanting to get back into the game, so you've got that AI assistance. If you do it a little bit too much, you at times become predictable because your whole team like clamps down. So yeah, be careful with that. But this man, like the way he feels to jockey, so smooth, and the aggression taking the ball off my opponents, the pace, and even playmaking from a deeper position, getting 11 assists in 30 games is a very nice stat to have for my team. So really, really happy with how he's performing. And to get that perfect link into Battaglia, who was a risk, by the way. In total, we were able to bring down the cost to about 110,000 after the packs, and I didn't know how the hell he played, but wow, the risk really did pay off. 30 games, 4 goals, 6 assists, and what he offers is just perfect for that partnership with Acuna. I've got really the Kante style, and then the big man who is pretty strong in game, fantastic aggression, he can score goals, he can assist, and he can break up the play, and that's the more important thing. Breaking up the play for me. And a tactic that I did decide to change this weekend compared to last weekend is tell both of my CDMs to stay back. Because I'm playing really aggressive and I'm getting players inside the box, I've got my wingers that are just overlapping and supporting the play anyway, so I don't need to have one of my CDMs to start like causing havoc and overlapping and just exposing myself at the back. But with Mertens, he did finish on 19 games, 20 goals, 9 assists, which is a great record, but he's come down to like 400,000 now. So we've lost 95 just like that. But with other players that we may be interested in purchasing, they've also dropped a little bit. Yeah, the market's just dipped, unfortunately. Mbappe is not really going to be a goal scorer for us if we're playing him as a left attacking mid. So those stats are fine in my opinion, and he was working very well towards the end of the weekly run. Petit was a beast, and I know that some of you guys, when I was suggesting to bring in Desai because I wasn't really too sure with how he was playing, he did perform on Sunday. It's just, like I say, from game to game and day to day, players are going to perform slightly different to how you expect, but Petit was pretty solid, and this man, I think that is a true representation as to what he's going to finish on. 35 games, 49 goals, 13 assists, and a lot of you guys said L's. When I pulled him from the base icon, you said it was an L. That's a W, a big W, and I'm using him next week. He is a monster, and if you have maybe like 700,000, 800,000, please give him a go. Test him out. See what you can do with him. If he's a little bit too clunky, fair enough, I understand, but my God, did it work. So let's go and redeem this SBC. Where is it? What do I need? No, I was like looking to complete quite a few, but not only do you need loyalty, you also need a load of players from like 2 different leagues. I know that it's the first division and the second division for quite a few. So yeah, this one here is just asking for La Liga cards, and then yeah, the second division. So I think one of them I purchased. Who was it? Was it this man? Yeah, 1,000 coins I had to invest. But what are we getting back? A rare election player pack to finish off today's episode. Maybe team of the group stage, but now I don't really know what I want to do with Petit and Desai. Desai, is he going to come in? Probably, but I need to figure out who's going to replace Mbappe. That's really the more important replacement. I don't mind like swapping Petit and Desai, that's fine, but bringing in someone as good as Mbappe, yeah, we need to find that man. Who's it going to be? Recommend them. But let's finish on a rare election players pack. Go on, EA, surprise me today. We finished what in the weekend league? Oh wow, it could be something, boys. No, yeah, we finished on 24 wins. Just so you guys are aware, we get a really nice team of the week pack for arguably the best team of the week coming up. I hope so. They could give it to Neymar. They could give it to Messi, Rafael Varane. Just so many of these like high-rated players that if we pull, then we can bring back a lot of the coins that we have lost on those recent purchases. But Sirigu isn't bad. Ricardo Pereira as well, 1,000. Yo, that's decent. Wow, he's really expensive. Alright, I'll list him up now. That's sweet. It's not a bad card, and he's got an inform. And any of these silvers that are going for much. We've got an Italian here. Wow. That is absolutely fantastic. Jesus. I've made a little bit back. Road to, yeah, bringing back the tax that I lost on Mertens. Now, will I sell Mertens, though? That's the question. I don't know, because he did play really well and he was very fun to use. But is it really worthwhile using him on 8 chemistry? Maybe I can find somebody else and fix up the team that way. So instead of like being forced to use a certain like left wing, I can just bring in a different striker to get chemistry with him. I would have to see. But boys, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. And if you have enjoyed, leave a like and take it easy. Team out. Peace.